Have you ever wondered why some people cry during a massage whilst others simply fall asleep? Hi, I'm Pauline of Pendulum Massage, Canary Wharf, and in today's show we're going to talk about the nervous system and why slowing down is much harder than simply deciding to relax. We spend so much time switched on. It's our phones, it's the alarm clock that wakes us up in the morning, it's that Teams meeting we've got to get onto. It's the argument we're running around in circles in our head about. It's about the poor sleep and the constant notifications on our phone. There is no off button in the modern age. We are continually switched on. Like I previously mentioned in the previous podcasts, we have a mechanism in our bodies that acknowledges stress, and that mechanism is our nervous system. It's built to protect us and to give us warning so that we can relax or hype up our attention for hidden dangers or real and present dangers. And like I mentioned before, it is often the case that in our modern age, our emotions and our nervous system is hyped up simply because it's overstimulated, and it's difficult to judge exactly what is a danger and what isn't. And therefore, there's sometimes the appropriate response would be to observe and then to act as opposed to react instantly. Stress is at a lower level than a sense of inherent danger or incoming danger. And stress at a low level that is constant has its effect on the body. And we need to acknowledge this, accept this, and find ways to counteract it. It's often the case that when clients come in, I may notice that they have a clenched jaw, which they may even mention that their dentist has told them they've seen evidence of a clenched jaw because perhaps they have evidence of tooth grinding. The muscles to the side of the jaw can become incredibly tight and painful for individuals with that particular condition. They may have shallow breathing. When a client comes in with shallow breathing, I observe that. They may be speaking in short sentences. They may be gasping for air even though they are at rest. They may have raised shoulders. They may constantly be checking their phone. And when this happens, I am aware that this person in front of me is in a heightened state of stress or a heightened state of arousal, which is stressful for their system. And that's probably the reason why they want a massage. So what happens inside the body? If we look at the diagram of the body, we can see that the body has a spinal cord. The body has a brain. And from that spinal cord and brain, there are branches of the spinal cord reaching all the different parts of the body. Now, certain parts of the spinal cord deal with the nervous system that organises our response to rest and digest, whilst other parts of the nervous system work on areas to do with fight or flight. That's it, really. There's those two responses from the body, and we can learn to unravel one response and perhaps encourage the other response. And we can do that by modelling what relaxation really is. Simple, isn't it? So what happens in fight or flight? Well, in fight or flight, what happens is that muscles tighten, that breathing gets quicker, that our digestion slows with a good logical reason, and also that our heart rate increases. Now, rest and digest and fight and flight are two opposing things. Whilst we rest and digest, the blood supply goes to part of the nervous system that deals with breathing, that deals with digestion, that deals with circulation. So these things ramp up a bit, and they ramp up because we need that nourishment for our body. We need that nourishment to move and to do what we need to do. However, with fight or flight, with the muscles tightening, they need the blood supply. When the breathing gets quicker, the respiration needs a blood supply. and the digestion slows because that blood supply that would go to the stomach to help with digestion actually gets diverted to the muscles and to the lungs so that your respiration can move faster and the heart pumps faster in order to do that. So if you're running from danger, it's not so helpful for relaxation, is it? And if you are stressed, that means you're not necessarily running from danger, but things are occurring around you that need action. And the action may be written, it may be planning, it may be envisaging a future, all of these things. If that is heightened in a stressful mode, then of course you're not running, but your body responds as though it were in danger and needs to run. Rest and digest is a state of being where the body really can get on with what it needs to do to survive. And the more we encourage this particular state, the better it is for us, really. So rest and digest is all about the heart rate slowing. It's about breathing deeply. It's about digestion occurring. It's where healing occurs as well, and the body repairs itself. And one of the greatest times for healing and repair is actually during the sleep cycles. During sleep cycles, part of rest and digest, the body actually gets to sort things out. So people who have disruptive sleep, for example, shift workers, new mothers, people who are pretty stressed and have no downtime, these individuals have higher stress levels. And so what happens is the body doesn't have as much time to repair, and the body does not have much time to heal, to rest and digest. And what this does is it affects one's health indicators. And I've gone over the issue of weathering, the issue of premature aging. All of these things relate to the inability or the not having the opportunity to rest and digest. The thing about all of this is that massage does not do the healing. That's just like saying, oh, you've got healing hands. Well, actually, I don't. My hands create the conditions that assist you in your healing, but they are not the healing medium. And so when I say that massage doesn't do the healing, what massage does is it creates the conditions of which healing becomes easier. Okay, let's try something together. Ready? Okay, good. How's your jaw? Is it clenched? Soften it. You can just move it about to begin with. And then find that position of relaxation for the jaw. It's good. Okay. Soften your tongue. Sometimes the tongue is held tightly. You can push your tongue up to the roof of your mouth, move it from side to side, and then just let it relax in its space in the oral cavity. Maybe it's gently tucked behind your bottom teeth, but have a sense that you're not clenching your tongue. You're not tightening your tongue at this time. Take one slow in breath. Hold it and let it go. Let's do 2 more of those. Take that in breath. Hold it and let it go. One more. Okay. How does it feel? Does it feel good? That is a small experiment to show how the nervous system can calm down. The nervous system doesn't just work on the suggestion of breath. And that's why touch matters. Touch is incredible. A safe touch, touch which is steady, which is rhythmic, in warmth with quiet is one of the things that the human responds incredibly well to. And it's something that is instinctive to us. If you go to, I don't know, mother and toddlers group, baby massage class, you are taught how to massage your baby. A firm, gentle touch which has a rhythm to it is incredible in the process of allowing babies to relax. And it's only natural that something that is inherent in the human condition, that in massage, this is exactly what massage therapists do. We use rhythmic touch to calm the body. And it is a steady rhythm. It's in the presence of warmth, and it's in the presence of calm and quiet. You'll feel safe, and your nervous system will feel safe in this setting. And the body begins to let go, which is a beautiful thing. In addition to this rhythm, warmth, and quiet, we can use rocking. We can use different tempos of massage for different areas to allow a sense of recognition, a sense of call and response within the treatment. What do I mean by call and response? It is, for example, you're working on an area of tightness. I'm a massage therapist, so I know this area is going to be incredibly tight for me. So if I were another massage therapist and I went over this area and I noticed something, I could show recognition for that area. Now, it may be that, as you can see, I'm pressing in on that area there. And that is recognition. Now I can let go. And there is a sense that if I go back to the area, it's almost like a call and response with the receiver of the treatment. So that's really important. In the cooler days, can use warmth, maybe a heated blanket or hot stones, and quiet music. And all of these support the feeling of safety, of relaxation, of calm, and anti-stress. And it's not just about relaxation either. I mean, the responses you get, I feel so much lighter. And people don't mean, oh, I've lost pounds of weight. They don't mean that. What they mean is, it is a mental burden that they feel is lifted. The one that says, I feel constricted. That's no longer the case after a massage. I slept better. One of those other statements often said, because after a massage, you're so relaxed, the barriers to sleep are lifted. I could think clearly. When you're stressed, you can't think, you have tunnel thoughts, you have tunnel vision almost, because when you're stressed, you think about things in order of priority. But when you're relaxed, I believe your thinking is more global, more holistic. I wasn't expecting to cry. Another area of stress is that sometimes emotions are held, and when stress is released or stress is overcome through massage, even if it's for a short moment, and that allows more basic emotions and feelings to come through. And that's why some people cry before, during, or after a massage treatment. If our nervous system is disruptive, our sleep will be disrupted. Our breathing will be shorter, shallower. Our digestion will be interrupted because the stress means that all of the blood supply is going somewhere else, so our digestion is not as effective. And it affects our mood and our energy as well, because it's an issue. And if you are in pain and added to that have stress, then there is research to show that the pain level will be higher. So people who manage their stress often are able to manage pain as well. And that is why pain management is one of the key areas that people are introduced to as a first call response to conditions of depression and pain, or conditions to do with back pain, muscular pain, and health conditions, for example, like fibromyalgia, even cancer, the issue of pain management through ways of dealing with stress and relaxation can assist in the management of pain. And this is an incredibly huge area that research is being done with all the time. And interestingly, the issue of stress can be addressed in different sorts of ways culturally also. So, for example, in traditional medicine systems, regardless of whether they're from Asia, the African continent, or Australasia, you have old traditions that use movement, that use sound, that use community in order to help people move through stressful situations. And these traditions use the soma well before somatic practice was used and formalized in the West. And if you think about it, these are things that do not cost a penny. What they take is time and community. And it's important that when we consider these things, we think about solutions to help us with stress. Again, like I said, massage is one of them. I mean, it would be great to think that massage is an incredible cure to things, but it can't remove all stress. But it is the starting point of removing the barriers to stress. Regular moments for your nervous system to practice calm occur in massage, and overcoming the little challenges that massage can create is part of that. So, for example, if I do trigger point work is where you find an area of tight, constricted muscle fibers, and you can feel, for example, maybe a bump or a lump or heat, and when it's pressed, it may be highly sensitive, and finding an area like that, pressing into it and releasing that, what happens is you are restricting the blood supply to a very small area for a very short amount of time. And then when you let go, the blood supply rushes in, and this initiates some beautiful healing, your healing. And when you do that to a muscle, it's the first stage in acknowledging it's an opportunity for that muscle to relax and to heal. There, I've just done myself a quick treatment. Okay. It's interesting that finding regular moments to de-stress is an opportunity for you to actually look after yourself. So whatever you need to do, you do it. I mean, you know about my bicycle. Well, maybe you don't. I've started to ride a bicycle on a Sunday. I may go out for an hour or so. I buy myself a treat on the way back. And after that, I feel amazing. I feel as though lots of the restrictions that have been going on around me are lessened simply by that act. And that's my self-care thing. Okay, what happens in this room when I do my signature Soothe massage? Well, my signature Soothe massage is what I call the nervous system reset massage. I used to call it chill out holistic massage, but the signature Soothe has taken over. And so what I do is upon arrival, we have a chat about what it is that's occurring, and the room is nice and warm, the pace is slow, the music is slow, and the treatment follows the lead of the client. So if the client wants a nervous system reset, there are ways we can do that. They may ask if they could have some breath work throughout the treatment. They may ask for a guided meditation. They may ask for silence or some really calming music. I find Max Richter's Sleep incredible for this because it's not a song, it does not have lyrics, there is no real harmony within it, but it's not discordant. It has a pace, but the pace is below heart rate. It's amazing. The pulse of the music is incredibly slow and repetitive. And so within that framework, the client can really, really relax. Sometimes I will use pre-blended oils which enhance the sense of relaxation. The pace is really slow. Soothe massage doesn't really work in 45 minutes. It normally takes about an hour, sometimes up to 2 hours. And it's often the case that clients don't realize how stressed they are until they actually let go. And this is the space created so that they feel supported in that endeavor to relax. And I always say that every out breath is an opportunity to relax, because, you know, the out breath has got to come sometime. And so with all of those millions of opportunities, why not take a risk and relax on one of them? And hopefully it is contagious. But it's not just about relaxation. Clients often say, oh, they slept better, or, you know, their jaw didn't feel as tight, or their muscles didn't feel as tight, or they felt like when they went to the gym, they weren't as tense afterwards because they'd done some stretches as advised with the massage. They may state that their digestion is a bit better simply because the blood supply is not being diverted elsewhere in the body. So important, so important. Energy levels, mood, sense of digestion, being well rested, they're all connected. They're not separate things. Massage is not a cure. It doesn't remove all sources of stress. Regular moments of calm, of massage, help your body to rehearse the effect of relaxation and letting go. And it's an opportunity for you to look after yourself. Okay, that's it for me today. I've really enjoyed talking to you about this huge subject of stress, and I want to leave you with something. So before you reach for your phone, before you go off and do your chores, before you run off into the traffic and onto your train or into your car or to that meeting, whatever it is, that you take a lovely deep breath and let it out slowly. Unfurl your shoulders, relax your tongue, unclench your jaw, and just remember that you can be calm, you can be relaxed, and you can really let go of that stress, even for just one moment, because every moment that you let go of stress is a victory for your self-care. And because slowing down starts with one small act, and that can be easily repeated. If you're in East London and your body feels like it's really in need of a massage and you're running on empty, why not book in for a signature Soothe massage at Pendulum Massage? I'm at Canary Wharf in East London, and if you want your body to be given permission to relax and begin the journey to removing stress from your life, why not book in for the signature Soothe massage? You'll be giving your body a chance to breathe and permission to relax. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Please write me a review. I love 5 stars. Share this podcast with somebody you know who'll really enjoy it. And if you haven't already, I'd love you to subscribe. Okay, that's it for now. I wish you a wonderful week ahead. Bye.